this morning I had, like I explained, somebody had hit me up, one of the subscribers, and was like, "Hey man, just needing a little bit more information on renting and see if I can get something decent for 250." Bienvenidos, a lifestyle of smiles, the exhilarating YouTube journey of a daring American father who's made the leap to start anew in the Dominican Republic. Dive into a world where cultures collide as he explores the rhythm of island life, learns the language, aprendiendo español, and embraces the thrilling dating scene. From the lively calles of Santo Domingo to the tranquil playas, every episode is an adventure. Join Dia for fiestas, sabrosa, comida. What's going on? What's going on? Y'all give me a second. Trying to go in the house. I just got back trying to run some errands. I seen one of those people. They was sending me on the comments, and they was telling me like they needed to have some information from one of my subscribers. Wanted to know like about the renting and everything, Curtis. So I'm gonna give y'all a rundown real quick while I got the chance, while it's still in my mind, and I was answering some questions. Y'all give me a second. Try and get in the crib. I'm about to give y'all a rundown. I'm gonna give y'all the quickest way to start researching your apartments and where you want to go and what you want to do. And I'm gonna give y'all the best perspective that I can from my point of view and what I went through to be able to go ahead and find the yeah, so that I can go ahead and show y'all how to find some of the best rentals in the city, and so you can see what's in your budget, so that you can see what they consist of and what some of the amenities you will get and some of the amenities you won't get. Because the biggest question from one of my subscribers recently today, it was like, "Well, can I get something decent for 250?" Yes, you can, but it all depends on what you are willing to deal with, what you're not willing to deal with, and what you're comfortable with. And I'm about to show y'all. Give me a second, and I'm about to pull it up for y'all. Okay, so here we have it. We have Mercado Libre. All you have to do is go to Google, put it in just like this. Put it in just like this. And it's going to pull up different places. You go here, you're going to click on in. You want to go over to Republica Dominica. Let me see. Dominicana. As long as you know what the Dominican flag is, click on the Dominican flag. Now, it will, if depending on what type of laptop you have, it should automatically translate. So what we want to do is go over here to categories, and then we're gonna scroll down. See where it's at. Go over here to estate and apartments. And what we're going to put in the search engine, we're going to put Aquilar. And that just means rent. That's one of the words that means rent, or they use renta, say renta, say Aquila. And we want to look within inside the national district, because I know a lot of individuals coming straight to the Dominican Republic and you want to come live here. Honestly speaking, unless you know Spanish and you know their culture and you know how these people move, I would suggest that you do stay within the national district just for your own, peace of mind, because it can be kind of challenging living here regardless, but definitely challenging if you move somewhere where the chances of meeting somebody that doesn't speak English is slim to none. And if you leaving out the national district, that's definitely gonna happen. Like right now, I live in a regular Dominican neighborhood, and I don't live in the national district. I moved farther out the city and got a better price, but I also have a good understanding of their culture and their language. So the way that I'm perceived, as opposed to somebody who just moves here, is going to be completely different. Like, I'm not saying that people will target you or treat you bad, but the way that they treat me is going to be different than the way that they treat you, because of the way that I dress, the way that I speak, and being that I have pretty much started adapting much of their culture. They look at me and don't really question who I am or where I'm from. They automatically believe, oh shit, he's most likely Dominican or Haitian. He's one or the other, You look at the way he's dressed until I speak to them and they like, hold on. What's it called? A little accent to the way you speak. Where you from? And they were like, nah, your family Dominican. No, I'm American, player. But look, we're going to go ahead and get on into it. Now, I usually don't mess around with apartments that are listed in USD. That's usually, it's not really that it's a red flag, but they kind of be up on game about certain stuff more often than not. So I really don't mess with apartments listed in USD. I usually only go with, it's got to be listed in pesos. And so I know that most individuals who are looking at my stuff are looking for something that might be economical. And so we're going to, let's say we're going to make our top end of economical apartment is about $500. And see how much that is in pesos. That's around 29,000 pesos. So we'll round it up and put 30,000 pesos as our max, because we're looking for economical. And then what we're going to do is we're going to get to looking. We're going to scroll on down past all of these expensive apartments. And they're all listed in USD, as I've said. And that's for the ones that are, down here in the National District, the ones that are in like Bella Vista, Pantini, and stuff like that, because a lot of Americans they gravitate towards these more luxury areas. Let's check this one out. Now this one is a misprint. I can about guarantee this is a misprint. $287 for 3 bedrooms and 2 baths in Casquay. Nah, that's a misprint. Oh, it's a scam. You got to be careful with that too on here. See what they saying in the description. It's for sale for $287,000. Okay, here's a studio apartment in Casquay. 1 bedroom, 1 bath. They want 24,000 pesos. Let me look at the description before we get, really into it. Furnished studio apartment only for 1 person in the best area of Casquay. Supposed to be in a premium area. Furnished room, kitchen, 1 bathroom, air conditioner, internet included, electricity included. Well, no, it says paid separately. Water, 24 hours, gas, 2 months deposit plus 1 month in advance. They looking for decent people. This here could be for you. Let's go on and check it out. And this is for 24,000 pesos. This is a little bit under. Check it out. I'm gonna give y'all accurate numbers here. It's $405 a month. It's a studio apartment, 400 meters. 40 meters. See what we got going on here. Gonna bring it all up. Decent. Looks like they have a camera right out here. It kind of looks like that. Excuse me. But it's decent enough. If you a bachelorette, and you looking to be somewhere where there's a lot of foreigners that do speak English, Casquay is where it's at. But I will tell you this. For $400, you can get better. The only reason why this apartment is actually this high is because of the location that it's in. but it's decent enough. Come on, let's check out some more stuff. See what else they got. Waste no time, get straight to it. As y'all can see, they have a lot of places listed and available. Okay, here's a good one. Here's really a good one right here. This is what I'm talking about. Now, this one is not directly in the National District. It is still within the city area, but it's kind of farther towards Santo Domingo Oeste. So you won't really be around a lot of individuals that speak English, but you will get the most bang for your buck in this area called Alameda. It's 25 mil. I'm gonna give y'all accurate numbers. One second. It's 25 mil, and that is 422 pesos. Let's go on and check it out and see what it looks like. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 80 meters. Let's check it out, everybody. Now, this is most likely in a residential from what those doors look like. It has a walk-in closet, bathroom. They got windows on one of the closet doors. They got the security bars. Most buildings do have the security bars on the windows just for safety and reasons. But when it's in a residential, it's not that you really have to too much worry about safety of anything like that. But having that extra layer of protection does help, and it makes your stay more comfortable. They have a walkout patio that's covered. That's very important. When I moved to my second apartment, we actually didn't have it covered, and they came and covered it within 2 months. But when it's covered, it's more enjoyable to sit out there during the day, get that breeze, and enjoy your time. They have a rec area within the residential. They have a gym area, and all of this is for $422. They have a basketball court. This room here might actually be like the community room where you can go and rent out for the day for like parties and get-togethers with you and your friends and your family. We have things like this at my residential as well, and you usually don't have to pay for it. This would be like the walk-in area of the apartment. Kind of got these pictures a little jumbled around. It's the kitchen area. It doesn't come furnished. This interruption. Had to check on the babies. Now, this is the master bedroom. Has a walk-in closet and this ensuite. And we're back to square one. Like I said, this is in a residential. It's an apartment for $422 a month. 3 bedrooms, 2 baths. This is a good deal. Very, very good deal. I know a lot of us who don't have a lot of money, we look at going to other countries like, well, I want to get something that's real good on the budget. Now, you can find real good deals here in Santo Domingo, but it just depends on how close you are to the city and also how much of a lifestyle change that you're willing to do. And the residential name is Residencial LP 9. Un Ciento Nueve. And it's located in Santo Domingo. But like I said, it's still within distance of the National District. It's actually in it, but it's just so far out of it that once you go there, you can be like, oh man, I'm nowhere near anybody, that speaks English or anything like that. But peep this. This is where it is. This is the national district. Everything on this side forward is what they consider the national district. But in all actuality, for people who live here, this is the national district right here. But you can get a very good deal if you don't mind going a little bit ways out. Now it's between two different highway systems. Getting an Uber to this area is no problem. I actually live farther than this area, so it's very reliable. Everything that you need is all within this area alone. You don't have anything to worry about as far as gyms, grocery shopping, malls, entertainment. All of these different things are all located in this area as well. So on the third floor, they have plenty of public transportation. They have the train, they have public buses, plenty of taxis, plenty of motos, and it's all relatively cheap. If you have children, let's see about the schools. Now, I will say this. Most individuals send their children to private colegios. And that's just private elementary schools, middle schools, and high schools. The Dominicans do that as well. Now you will see a lot of children going to the public schools as well. But if their parents have a few dollars, they're going to the private schools because they're a lot cheaper. In fact, it only costs me $160 a month to send my two youngest daughters to private school, and it, like I said, it's $160 a month, and they have their own private transportation. Everything's taken care of, and I don't have anything to worry about. They have two public schools within walking distance. It says about 16-minute walk, and then they have a university, Q&M. I believe the Q&M it's a university that specializes in like a orthodontist is what I believe. I've seen some of the flyers around town about that college. So let's go looking into something else and see what else we can find. See what else we can find. But remember, this website is called Mercado Libre. Okay, we have another one. Another good example. This one is in Casquay, in the middle of the National District. 1 bedroom, 1 bath. Let me make sure this is not the one we just seen. Make sure. Actually, it is the one we just seen. Let's go down. Now I know that this one's a little bit over from what we looked at. We trying to keep our budget at $500, but $50 more. I'm gonna show you exactly what I mean. This is $550, 1 bed, one bedroom, 1 bath. It's located on Abraham Lincoln. It's in the central area of the city. Let's take a look at these pictures. Bathroom area. You might need you a shower rod to go up. This one doesn't have a AC system in it, it looks like, but it is furnished. And yeah, and remember what I told y'all, it's a studio. But remember what I told y'all. When you looking at these economical apartments, anything, between $100 to $5 to $6, and you in the middle of downtown, it's going to kind of be like that. You would have to get you a air conditioning unit that goes in your bedroom window, or if you do have the plugs that go up in the wall, you would have to, get you something that's going to suffice. But when you're spending low on the dollar, you do have a little bit of wiggle room to, handle your business later on. Let's look at some of these details. It's on Abraham Lincoln. This one is right next to the metro, and it's about all the public auto buses that come through. This is a central area. This is what I mean about you're gonna pay more to be in this is really the national district. You're gonna pay more as opposed to, let me open it up, as opposed to if you lived out here in the LP9 residential, that's farther out. It's still considered the national district, but it's a little bit ways. But if you don't mind commuting, coming back and forth, or learning the language and, finding a way to adapt to your new surrounding, LP9 is a better choice. Nothing's wrong with this one. Don't get me wrong. Nothing's wrong with this one at all because it's central to a lot of the activity. There's a lot of bars. There's a lot of restaurants. There's a lot of different colleges. In fact, my college is on Lincoln. Hold on. Where is it at? It's not showing. But my college is the university I go to is right here in this area. So it's central to a lot of different things. Okay, let's go look at another one. And then I'm going to take y'all over to Facebook Marketplace. Okay, here's another one that I'm going to show you. This one's for 20 mil. And that's back down in the $400 range. This is what we consider another economical. Let's go on and check it out. It's the kitchen area. Thank you, Jesus. Listen. Y'all see that? Yeah. It's got an AC system in there. Thank you, God. And it got a ceiling fan. Them ceiling fans, ooh, Jesus. Them ceiling fans come in handy. I'm telling you. It'll pull that heat up out. You crack open them windows, circulate everything on up out of there. You good to go when nighttime hit. Okay, and they got them a standalone fan. You definitely gonna need that. Got security. Got the bars up. Only thing, the main door doesn't have the security bars on the outside. Has a TV, living room area. Let's look at these details, everybody. This one's a decent one. If you was, like I said, if you a bachelor, bachelorette, or you retiring and you don't have any children that's coming with you, these places would be fine. Let's look at where it's at. Oh yeah, Mirador, sir. Yeah, this is another central location. It's right here by one of the main parks. They have a lot of different things going on in this area. You won't have any problems with transportation. Any problems at all with transportation in this area. Completely fine. Let's look at these details. This one requires a 2-in-1. Now, a 2-in-1 is simply this. Too much deposit, and then you're going to have the same equal deposit to the person who helps you sign the paperwork. They're going to get that deposit. That's like their commission fee. Now, this area, this apartment itself says if you're looking for peace and privacy, this could be your home. A charming one-bedroom apartment on the first floor for up to 2 people, measuring 30 meters by 2, located in the central area. La Independencia, within a secure residential complex with security cameras that is close to Mirador Park. It consists of a 1-bedroom with a bed, smart TV, ceiling fan, bedroom, closet, kitchen equipped with all the necessary utensils, and a dining area with 2 chairs. The rent includes water, Wi-Fi, internet. There is a laundry area, no parking, no pets. It's cool. It's cool. Because I'm explaining this. When you move here, 9 times out of 10, you're not going to have a vehicle anyways. And if you sign a 6-month or year lease, it gives you enough time to put your money back, to look to buying you a moto or buying you a car. So this one can be very much doable. Now, I will say this. It doesn't include gas and it doesn't include power. So you will end up having to come out of pocket for that itself. Now, power here does run high. Depending on how much you're going to be using and different things like that, it can run a little bit higher. Let's, before I go over to Facebook, what I want to do is talk to you about this. Okay, you can find many different apartments within the $500 range. Now, for me, like I've explained, my first apartment was economical. It was very cheap. Now, when I first moved here, my children was not with me. But they ended up moving here with me after I was here for almost 6 months or 7 months or something like that, and my two daughters ended up coming down. Now I did live in a one bedroom economical, but it worked out for me and my daughters. They're 4 and 5 years old. They don't take up much space, and where I come from in the States, I don't have a lot of money. My family never had a lot of money. We're used to having 2 and 3 generations living in one household. Me, all my cousins, grandmother, my mother. Shoot, it was at one point, it was my grandmother, my mother, me, my children, my significant other, different things like that. So we're used to really living on top of each other, basically. So economical one bedroom did not phase us. It didn't really get around. My family with my children were used to being very close knit in within each other's spaces, if that makes any sense. And my children actually don't mind, and they preferred us actually being in one area in one room. So we didn't have any issues. We didn't have any problems. So if you do have children, depending on how old they are, or if you just have one child, an economical one bedroom could be fine if you want to live in the center of the national district. Now, if you do and you have children, you have to look at more than just the apartment and how much the apartment is going to cost. You got to realize that when you're in the national district, the private schools cost 10 times more than if you're not in the national district. For instance, where I live at now, outside the national district, it's $160 a month for my children to go to private school. But the same programs that they was doing, and when I was down living in the national district, it cost me $400 a month just to send them, and that was just for a half. They call them from 8 to 12. It's really like it's a full day, but it's considered half day, and it was $400 a month. And then if my children wanted to do the extracurricular activities from 12 to 3, then I had to pay an extra $100 per child. So it can definitely tally up real fast trying to be in the middle of all the festivities. So if you don't mind living out, like I said, a little bit outside the national district, and you and your children are picking up the language, y'all picking up the culture, and y'all making friends, that could be a whole lot cost effective, especially if you do not mind traveling to the national district to do certain types of activities and to do certain types of outings. You can definitely make it work, and it can happen for you with no issue and no problems. But let's go over to Facebook, and we're going to check Facebook out and see what's going on here. Okay, this is what I mean by other economical apartments. Now, Facebook got it on here for real, for real. Let's look into it. This one right here, once it pulls up, second. This one right here is for $7 mil a month. This is really, really cheap on the budget. It's about a little bit over 100. It's $118 a month. Now, pay attention. Look at what it's around. This is where Dominicans live. I've lived in an apartment like this. Last year, I've lived in an apartment like this. Take a look at it. This is a regular Dominican neighborhood. Now, it's not clean right now. They usually only clean it when they get somebody to sign the contract. When you sign the contract, they get it cleaned up and they get it, get it ready for you to move in. Now, it will not have any air conditioning. You're going to have to put that in there. And it does come unfurnished. It's the living room area. Bathroom. Bedroom. This is the stairs that goes up to your roof. Right here where your Tanaka is. And you can go up here and kind of hang out during the, the evening when it gets cool and stuff like that. But for $7 mil, depending on what depending on what you willing to do. And if you cool with that, you straight. Let me move this on up here 1 second. Try to get that fixed. Okay. Now this one says that it has 3 bedrooms, 2 baths. I'm be honest with you. It is right here in this location, but It's in what we call a poverty-stricken part of that area. It's in what they would say is a slum pocket, and that's just where one street over you will have towers, you have big old houses, you will have residentials, and then another street over you will have this, and it'll look like this. The road won't be paved; it'd be dirt, it'd be rocks. But regular Dominicans, this is how they regularly live. The average everyday Dominican lives like this. And like I've said, I've lived in apartments like this here, but I do not suggest you move into an area like this if you don't have a decent handle on the language. Not that something will happen to you, but it's going to be frustrating and more challenging when you're trying to get things done and there's, you know what I'm saying, you don't really have any type of support, and you're not going to be able to run into somebody who speaks the language that you speak. Let's look at this one. This one's for 8 mil. This one's for 8 mil. Let's check it out. Okay. It looks good. They painted it. It's your bedroom areas. All of them have the bars up, especially in Dominican. Excuse me. Especially in regular Dominican neighborhoods, they definitely have, like I said, the bars and stuff on the windows for your security. This is your front area. These lock. You'll put your own locks on them. But it's a regular Dominican neighborhood, regular apartment. Nothing wrong with it. It's not that it's in a bad area or anything like that. It's just, are you willing to live? The question is, it's in Santo Domingo Norte. In La Calle Enrique Blanco, cerca de Alba Gas. Okay, it's on the street called Enrique Blanco, and it's close to Alba gas station. It says that it has a bathroom, has a kitchen. It has, you know how we have like the bar areas. It's not really a bar area, but you know how you can pull up stools, and it has this right here. You can pull up a stool. You can probably fit 2 stools right here, and it's sort of like a little bar area. And this is a 2-in-1 also. No animals. And okay, with this one, you gotta have a cellular. In some of the apartments, you will see they will post that you must have it. So and don't be, I want to say, don't be discouraged by that, because a lot of times if you are an American or a foreigner and you do have a certain amount of money, it's not going to be an issue. Now, a lot of times why they say you do need a cellular and they don't want to rent to foreigners is because they don't want to get in trouble or put themselves at risk and renting to somebody who has illegal immigrant status. And they can get in trouble for that. Especially here, they're cracking down on that. They're even cracking down on Americans for being here too long. You know, I actually have my own thing going on with me making sure that my visa and stuff and my children's visas stay up to date. And if it is getting close to expire, I got to make sure I get down there and get it redone and stuff, man. Just to stay on the up and up. You know, a lot of Americans say, well, oh man, I wouldn't worry about it. You can just go pay. But if you get stopped by immigration and they not having a good day, they can literally tell you like, no, you need to buy a plane ticket right here on the spot. And if you cannot afford to buy one on the spot, they take you to the detention center and you're sent out of the country. They're going to take you straight to the airport and they will send you straight back to the United States. No questions asked. But it's really up to, one second. It's really up to what the immigration officer says to you and, you know, how long you've been past it. Let's look at this one right here. Look at this one. This looks like this might be in a residential. Let's look at this. We're going to check out. It says it's for 14 mil. Let's check it out. Okay, now this one has a backup power, 24-hour lights, one bedroom, a kitchen, a living room area. Okay, let's check this one out. Bathroom. Okay, it's the bedroom with an ensuite, so 2 baths. Okay, and for 14 mil, let's check it on out. 14 mil, $236. For my buddy, for my subscriber, and you wanted to see if you can get something decent for 250, and you asked me about, hey, what about, did I have problem with internet and different things like that? This one right here does come unfurnished. But they have a backup generator that gives you 24-hour lights. For $236, you can put your own furniture in there and get your own internet that you want so you don't have to share. Now, my first apartment, it came fully furnished, all the utilities, internet, Netflix, Hulu, and Apple TV. And it was all for one price, but like I said, it wasn't economical, and I was in a Dominican neighborhood, and there's certain things you're gonna have to deal with, and you're gonna have to learn to adapt. Now you can get those apartments, but are you willing? Like when I showed you on Mercado Libre. Let me see if I can go back to it. Are you willing? Where is it at? Was it on Mercado Libre? Or was it on Facebook? I think it was on Facebook. Are you willing to live in a spot like this? We gotta be honest, man. Are you willing to do it? Are you comfortable? Are you gonna feel secured? It's all up to your preference. Because I know 2 women who have came here and they have moved in those apartments and had no issues, no problems. Nobody bothered them. No one said anything to them. And they did their thing. They came, stayed here for a year, and left when they was ready to leave. Now let's look at this next one. This one's for 7 mil. And that's about $120, $118. I'm going to give you an accurate number. $118. Let's check it on now. See if they got any pictures. I guess they ain't had no pictures. Let's see if this one has pictures. Okay. This one here is for 10 mil 500. I'm going to give y'all accurate numbers. DS Milk and Iento, and that is $177 USD. Let's check it out. It looks like you got you a decent little patio area. Like I said, they usually, here go the number right here if y'all want to hit them up and get some more information. The realtors, I'm gonna tell you one thing, the realtors, it might take them a while to text you back, but they gonna hit you up. They gonna text you back. They're all about getting that money. They gonna come show it to you, whatever you want to do. You want to see multiple places, all you gotta do is hit up one, and they gonna be ready to, because they only get paid off commission. So they definitely trying to show you around whatever you want and whatever you want to do. This is the front. It doesn't have any parking. It looks like, yeah, it's no parking. It's a regular Dominican neighborhood. Now, like I said, there's nothing wrong with these economical apartments. Nothing wrong. It's the kitchen area. There's nothing wrong with them at all. Bedroom, closet, bathroom, another bedroom, kitchen. This looks like another bedroom. Let me check these details. Okay, yeah. It's 2 bedrooms. One of them has a walk-in closet. It has its own Tanaka. This is the bar area again. Okay. It's down the street from these clubs. Right here. I wish I would have seen this before I moved where I moved at. I would have moved in this. Well, it depends on what type of schools is around and how much the schools is. The main reason why I moved to where I moved to now is because it has one of the top rated private schools for children in my area. But the problem is you're gonna have to you gonna want to live close to your kid's school because you don't want to be somewhere that's gonna take you 30 minutes to get there. I have to be within I need to be able to at least walk there. Even if it takes me a while to walk there, I need to be able to do that. And if I can't, and if walking there is going to be too much of an issue, I need to be able to get on the motor. I need to be able to get on the Uber and get there in 5-10 minutes. Because if anything happens, I need to be there to be able to address the issues with my children. Now, the school that I'm sending them to is bilingual. They speak Spanish and they speak English. So, I don't have to too much worry about that. And my children have picked up Spanish quicker than me. My neighbors, they sit up and they laugh at me, throughout the day and stuff. And they like, man, how you been here this long, but your children speak better Spanish than you, and they understand quicker than you. And I'm like, hey, I can speak Spanish, but it's just if I understand it the first time, because some days I'm on point, and then other days it's like it comes and goes, and sometimes I'll be speaking to individuals and not even realize I've spoke English. Like I said, sometimes it just comes in and it comes out. It really depends, but I'm speaking and I'm practicing every day. I have a housekeeper who actually lives with me, and I'm speaking to her all the time, and I'm speaking to people that I work with and different things like that. And I work online, so I get a lot of practice with a lot of different things. Let's look at this one here. This is another one within the economical range, and I'm just trying to show y'all so that y'all can get a better understanding of what y'all can expect. Now, that last apartment, it did not have an AC, but for $118, you can, you can allocate some money to get you one and get the one that you want to get. You know what I'm saying? Let's look at this one. Got a patio area, looks like. Oh, it's nice. It's on the top floor. I like this. Yeah, I like that. Small kitchen area. Bathroom. You got some cabinets. Now, I'm going to tell you something. A lot of places, when it's economical, it may or may not have cabinets. But there's a reason, because of a mildew and humidity get caught up in them. So they may or may not have cabinets. In fact, I do have cabinets. We just don't even use them. Because my last apartment didn't have cabinets at all. We just had like a shelf, and we just made it do what it do. When you move her, you kind of gotta learn a new way of living. You gotta know you will learn a new way of life, basically, and you will start learning how to adapt to the things that the Dominicans do, the way that they eat, the way that they cook, the way that they grocery shop on a daily basis. And your behavior and your actions will start changing based on your environment. And that's what you want to happen, especially if you are someone like me who doesn't have any money to go live in $1,000 apartment. I can't afford it. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, I don't want to ever live how I lived in the States, where I'm living in a place that's $1,300 a month. It doesn't include any utilities, nothing. You know what I'm saying? And then I can't afford to put my child in a good school because my rent's so high, my utilities are so high. You know what I'm saying? I'm barely affording to go get groceries. I'm walking back and forth with different bags and stuff just to be able to bring stuff home and everything like that, man. Like, I don't want to live here and live on the struggle that I did when I was in the United States. So I'd rather live in an economical, give me something that's decent, something me and my children can be comfortable with, in a good neighborhood and close to a school that I can afford to give them a good quality education, as opposed to, like I said, coming here spending $1,000 to live in the middle of downtown for a 1-bedroom apartment. It's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like 1,000. When guys hit me up and they say they're moving here and they like, oh man, I'm moving there so that I can spend less on rent and less on this and less on that, and then they tell me like, oh man, I found an apartment. I'm like, okay, well, how is it? You know, how'd it go? They say, well, man, I'm spending $1,000 a month, man, to just for a 1 bedroom apartment in Bella Vista, but it's a bad apartment, man. And you know what I'm saying? They got a pool and everything, but the apartment's not furnished. There's no utilities, nothing included. It's just they're just paying $1,000 just straight out for rent. And then they get to the point where they like, dang man, I'm not seeing the savings. I'm not seeing how, you know, moving here has actually helped me. I'm still spending the same amount because they came over here and they kept the same lifestyle. Or they upgraded their lifestyle and they're spending more. I know people who come here and do that as well. They be like, man, I was spending less in the United States, but I came here and spent more. It's all about your choice and your preference. Now let's look at this one for 23,000 pesos a month. And when I say mil, that means thousand in Spanish. I don't, you know, I know it might be a little bit confusing that I'm bouncing around with a little bit of English and Spanish. But let's look at this one. This one's in a residential as well. 3 bedroom, 2 baths. Kitchen, balcony, bar area, walk-in closet. 1 parking, 24-hour security. Maintenance included. It better be. And 23,000 pesos. I'm gonna give y'all an accurate number. $388 a month. Well, let's check it out. First bed. It's on the first floor. Wow, I like this. It's nice. For $388, that's nice. Okay. Another bedroom, closet, bathroom. They got new furnishings on this one. Bedroom, ensuite. Okay. This is the second bathroom. Okay. See if I can. Thought I could probably enhance this so y'all can see the number. But this one's good for $388. I like it. It's in a residential. Only thing I don't like about it, and I will say this. The best advice about these apartments, never get an apartment on the first floor. I was living here during their catastrophic torrential downpour last year, and I lived on the 4th floor. I was at the top floor. I had the biggest economical apartment. I had the whole top floor, dang near. And when that torrential downpour came, when I tell you, it was so much water and it flooded so hard that the water was coming in through the window of the people on the first floor. That's how high it came up. And it was just seeping up under their doors and stuff. And I'm all the way at the top on the 4th floor. And I had some gates. I had 4 gates that you have to go through before you can even reach my apartment. And so what I did was I opened up the gates and just, hey, come on up here. You know what I'm saying? Come on up here and, you know, get up out that water. And once the water receded, you know, went down and helped them pull out furniture that was damaged real bad and mud and stuff all over the place. But, you know, I don't suggest getting them first floor apartments, because if anything crazy hit with the weather and rain, and this is the Caribbean, it rains all the time. Being on that first floor can be dangerous. And that's for anybody. They do everything that they can here to irrigate the water, to you know, leave the buildings and to go into the system, the water systems and stuff like that. But no matter what you do and how much work that they do to prevent that stuff from happening, God's will is God's will. And if he say it's going to rain hard and it's going to hit, it's more than likely that if that rain don't stop after a certain time period, water's coming in your apartment if you're on that first floor. Let's look at this residential out here for 13. And don't trip. I got you. I'm about to tell you what's up with these numbers. $219, 13 mil. It's on the fourth floor. Let's look at some of these details real quick. Three bedrooms, one bath. I don't know if I like that. 3 bedroom, one bath. Nice looking building. Okay. This is one of those newer apartments. This is pretty much the basic layout of a lot of apartments when it comes to the kitchen area. It's not they're not really opened up unless you're going to areas like Los Casicagos, Bella Vista, and you're gonna be spending more than 500 for an open floor plan. You're gonna be spending more than 500. Bathroom. Okay. This right here, this phone on the wall, this is so you can buzz people into your building. Most of the apartments have that if you have, enough individuals living there. My last apartment didn't have it, but this one does. Kids area. Okay, cool. We'll take a look at one more, and I'll go ahead and let y'all go. Let's look at how much this one is what this one look like for 16,000 pesos. 278 USD. Okay, this is the apartment right here. It's on the 3rd floor, so that's good. You don't have to worry about any water coming in. Bathroom, closet area. This is the kitchen. Your refrigerator go right there. Now, crazy thing is, textbook says that a refrigerator is called a refrigerador, but here in the Dominican Republic, they call it nevera. Okay, it's kitchen area. Okay, we back now. Let's look at some of these details. 3 bedrooms, 2 baths for $278. Cool. $278, cool. Shoot, I might end up moving. Next year. I've been really thinking about if I wanted to move or not, because my children do have a very good school that they go to. They love it, man, and I'm not far, and I don't want to, make them change up on what they like. We'll look at this one, and this will be the last one we look at. This one's on the higher end. This is for 45,000 pesos. This is almost $1,000 a month. But I'm gonna show you this as just an example of what you can expect. No, it's about $700. It's $760 a month. I'm gonna just show it to y'all. Let's look at these details real fast. Tengo un vídeo que puedes apreciar. La casa perfectamente antes de hacer una vista. Okay. So, they have a video and they can send it to you. But that's not, it doesn't say send, but appreciar means appreciate the house perfectly before you make a visit. So basically what they saying is they can send you a video of the place so that you have a better appreciation of it before you visit. So you can just see the highlights and stuff like that. It's a 3 bedroom, walk-in closet. The second one has a regular closet, and it has a bathroom. Family room. It has 2 parking spaces, a jacuzzi area, it has an electric door, Has an oven, has a microwave, kitchen area. Let's go on and check it out. Oh, it's in the house. It's a whole house. Where is this at? It doesn't say where it's at. But here's the details of the person who listed. Kitchen area has the double oven. This right here looks like the whole family room area. Living room and family room. This is the half bathroom. It looks like it's up under the stairway. Bedroom upstairs. This is what your back yard area will look like. You have your stairs that goes up to the top of your house, so you can go up there and hang out on cookouts, get-togethers. Okay, it has your parking. It has a secured gate. Yeah, I like this, but I would have to see what area this is in. One thing I will say, if you do get a house here, get you some dogs. I know you probably thinking like, why I gotta do it? Because just like in the United States, if you got dogs, it kind of wards off people from trying to break into your house and steal your shit. Steal your stuff. Yeah, but I like this. This is the jacuzzi spot, but I like this. I wonder if this is actually in a residential, because they do have a lot of communities that have houses and they're just located right in the middle of residential. Those are a lot better, in my opinion. I do prefer to be in a house over being in an apartment. That's just my personal preference. But for $760 a month, this is really good. Multiple bedrooms. 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, 1 bath and 1/2 bath. It's not bad for $760. If I was still looking, I would have moved to something like this, because I know my children, they like to ride bikes and stuff, and they can do that in a residential area as well. But my children, they really want to have a pet and a dog, so I would get a house and I would get them dogs. And I don't think I would get a dog while living in an apartment, because, not too much space. And I don't think dogs are really comfortable living in apartments. And, no matter how big the apartment is, it's always nice to have a house where you can just open up the door, let your dog run out in the backyard and do what it wants to do. But that's going to be the end of me showing y'all these different apartments. But like I've said before, and I've said many times, you can find any and everything that you want here. Well within your budget, well within anyone's means. It's just depending on how you're willing to live. If you're willing to spend $150 a month and that's your budget, are you willing to live in a regular Dominican neighborhood? Are you willing to spend $760, to live in a tower? Are you willing to spend $1,000 to be in something more luxury, but you only have 1 bedroom? It's all up to you and your preference and what your comfortability is. And remember, the websites are here. Mercado Libre. Bring y'all back to the top. You want to be looking in the National District. You want to be looking at departments. And that just means apartments, but they say departamento. Now, you can do your own conversions to see how much different things cost. Put in your search engine Aquila and make sure that you have the location of the Dominican Republic. That's very important, so you're not looking at stuff that's not where you're going to be trying to move to. Also, pull up Facebook Marketplace, play around with the settings, and give a good look around at certain things that you might want and different places that you might want to live. Everything is possible and everything is available. Don't ever, and I mean this, don't be discouraged. Don't feel like you need to pay a consultation or pay somebody to help you, find an apartment. Every apartment I've had here, I found it for myself. I worked out my own deal with the owners. I had my own conversations. They didn't speak English. I'm barely speaking Spanish, and if I can make it here, anybody can make it here. I'm not the most intelligent person in the world. You know what I'm saying? And I have a very big course load. You know, every day I have two different colleges that I have to attend. One online, one in person. I have to work online. You know what I mean? Because I don't make enough money without working to actually live. I have children that I have to take care of. I have a housekeeper that lives with me that helps me with everyday tasks with my children. And if me, somebody who grew up with nothing, with no type of money, who didn't have anybody to lean on, who didn't get any support in moving here. I've never had support with anything that I wanted to do in my life from anybody that I've ever known, anybody that I've ever grew up with. But if I can come here alone and find my way around and figure things out, find me an apartment, get my lights turned on, find furniture, pay my power bill, make sure that the gas people know that I need to be connected to the community gas. If I can do all of these different things by myself, go find a private school for my children, learn how to ride the bus, learn how to get on the metro. If I can do all these things by myself, anybody can do it. And you got to remember, I'm doing it with limited Spanish. I'm doing it with limited Spanish. And I'm able to do this on a daily basis and not have any issues. Anybody can do this. It's not hard. It's not complicated. You just have to do your research and take your time and plan it. Everything doesn't need to be rushed. Sometimes you might have to sit aside 3 months, 6 months and say, well, look, for the next 90 days, I'm going to just see how much it's going to cost me to live here. I'm going to see how do people get around. I'm going to see where the grocery stores are. I'm going to see how much different things cost. Because the more knowledge that you have, the more confident you're going to be in your decision in moving here and to make a better life for yourself. And for my subscriber who put up the information and sent me the comment this morning about finding something within the budget of $250, this video is dedicated to you, bro. I hope you find this information useful and you use it to find whatever it is that you need. Thank y'all for checking back in with me. And remember, my name is Day Idea.